So this week we had Biden on the world stage at the G7, confronting Putin, hopefully, about all of his transgressions against the world. And it prompted Trump to go on Fox News and start ranting and raving about his normal insanity. But the interesting thing in that is that we've never gotten the minutes from Trump's meeting with Putin. And we learned this week that one of the Democratic leaders in Congress who had been subpoenaing that information gave up his push to get those records. He said, Biden wants to move on. We're going to let it slide. I don't think that's something we should let slide, right? If you remember, when Trump was leaving for that trip, he told the press, what I discussed with Putin is none of your business, right? Then he goes in there, has a meeting, takes the minutes from the translator, walks out on the world stage like Reek from Game of Thrones, right? Supplicants himself, makes himself physically shorter than Vladimir Putin, who's 5'7", and Trump is 6 foot without the shoe lifts that he always wears, right? He makes himself shorter, looks like Reek, and then tells the world that he takes Putin's word over our own intelligence agencies about interference in the 2016 election. Okay? That was insane. That was a low point in American democracy. That was an insult on my grandfather's graves, both of whom worked in this country's intelligence agencies their entire lives, fighting against, at the time, the Soviet Union, right? Now you got the head of the KGB putting some kind of crazy nonsense in Trump's head because he probably pulled out his laptop and said, hey, Donnie, remember this? Remember this girl? Remember this girl? And showed him all the abuses that he'd done to trafficking victims in the many brothels in Trump Tower. And if you think that's hyperbole, it's not, okay? He was a frequent and violent customer, and everyone knew it. Okay, I guess not everyone knew it, but enough people knew it. And Vladimir certainly knew it. And he used that compromise against him. And he owns the GOP, because he owns Trump. And Trump is the king of the GOP. And now we have to get all the information we can